Amendment to H.R. 2666, offered by Ms. Matsui.
Access to the free and open internet is an issue of economic competitiveness for every American, and that is why I supported the FCC's action last year to put strong net neutrality rules on the books. In the net neutrality order, the FCC made very clear that the agency has no intention of regulating consumer broadband rates. I don't believe the FCC should do so, and neither does the FCC chairman or President Obama. So while I agree with my Republican colleagues who have stated they don't want the FCC to set consumer broadband prices, I remain concerned that, as written, H.R. 2666 goes far beyond what we all agree on and threatens the FCC's important duty to protect consumers. My amendment highlights some of the most glaring examples. My amendment ensures the FCC can fully enforce all the net neutrality rules. We need the FCC to be flexible so that the Internet remains a vibrant platform for innovation and free speech. It also preserves other FCC functions we all agree on, like universal service support for infrastructure deployment and connecting low-income consumers and schools and libraries. My amendment allows the FCC to go after fraud, like cramming on consumers' monthly phone bills. It also preserves the FCC's authorities when reviewing mergers between major corporations. I do appreciate that my Republican colleagues attempted to address some of the issues that I highlighted in my amendment. We agree that the FCC should be able to address billing scams and ensure every American has access to broadband. I'm especially pleased to see the Republican amendments speaks to my concern about fast and slow lanes on the Internet by preserving a ban on paid privatization. But my amendment would go further. It would ensure that all of the net neutrality rules, not just the ban on paid privatization, are protected. And my amendment allows the FCC to be forward-looking and address discriminatory practices that could be future barriers to access. So while I appreciate these steps, I remain concerned about the potential unintended consequences of this bill, even as revised by today's Republican amendment. The future of the Internet is so central to our economy and society, and we need to get it right. I urge all my colleagues to support my amendment to show they stand with consumers and innovators who need a strong FCC.
First of all, I appreciate working with the gentlelady. We found common ground on 3 of the 5 issues. Obviously, we couldn't find it on all of them. But I do want to set the record straight that there is nothing in what we're doing on the Republican side that prevents the enforcement of going after fraudulent activity, going after breach of contract, going after slamming and cramming. All of that continues under existing law. All that continues under existing law. It does not have to be restated. With that, I know we're on a time crunch, Mr. Chairman. I respect that, and I'd urge my colleagues to oppose Ms. Matsui's amendment.
I support Congresswoman Matsui's amendment. Even though the Republicans offered an 11th hour amendment that was intended to address our concerns, as we've already discussed, the Republican amendment doesn't go far enough. The Matsui amendment provides assurance that we will preserve authority of the FCC to act in the public interest on the issues that Democrats believe are essential, which includes consumer protection, discrimination, and unfair business practices, universal service, and merger review. So I urge members to support Ms. Matsui's amendment.
The vote occurs